Today we're going to be today we're going to be going through our van plans and possibly taping out some options that we thought of.
Yeah, and we have some really ambitious plans, don't we?
Yep.
So take a look and let us know what you think. Right, we are in the van today because we've drafted up like loads of different plans for what we were thinking we kind of want our layout to be, but
we can't decide.
Well, we also wanted to see, like, physically see the space once we'd got the van, to be able to kind of, because it's hard to do, like, to visualize it. So we've both got different ideas. I mean, they're sort of similar.
They're very similar.
Yours has got one big difference, and I'm not sold on it. So we're just gonna try and map it out a bit and figure out what we want to do. So my idea is, so I want a fixed bed. So I really hate the idea of having to put a bed up and down, because I just think we would never ever, I know what we're like, we'd never put the bed away.
Yeah.
And I also like the idea of, if it's in a fixed position, you've got the entire underneath of the bed as a storage garage space, and then also you have the space above the bed for storage. So my plan is to have, obviously, I guess you class it as like a small double bed. So from here to, we mapped it out to like the middle of the wheelbase, but I don't know if that's accurate.
I think it's a little bit different just purely on this van spec, but it's very similar. It's near enough there.
Yeah, so that would be the double bed, and then we would sleep head this end, feet this end. So no window here, and then either a big window or one of those like small windows. And then I really want windows at the back.
Yeah.
Because I just think the whole idea is like to park somewhere really like pretty and nice with a beautiful view, wake up in the morning, do your blinds, and then like be staring at a beach or whatever. So I really like that idea. Then we would have toilet and shower space, kind of, I guess, like here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right. So I definitely want a toilet in the van, just because I think there's no point building like a home on wheels and it not having a toilet. So yeah, a toilet. And then a shower. Again, I don't see the point in building a home on wheels if you don't have a shower either. So, and it doesn't take up like a massive amount of space.
No, we got a long van as well. So
yeah, we've bought the second longest van. Then the rest of this space is up to probably about maybe this panel bit here. Would basically be a counter worktop space. So we could have worktop and then storage, pantry, possibly like storage area for computer or something here, because this might also double as like a workspace because of the captain's swivel chair. So yeah, it would be all storage, workspace, and this panel would be a window. Potentially, depending on what we can find, we might have, after the shower, we might have another like long cupboard, and that might have a dishwasher and a washing machine, because those are two other things. I really wanted a washing machine. That's like something that I don't want to compromise on. And then the dishwasher is something that Phil didn't want to compromise on. So we're being a bit bougie with this van, or that's the idea anyway. Whether it will come to fruition, who knows? But we're trying to be a bit bougie. So that's this side. And then this side is basically the kitchen. So then the space from here to, I guess what, like...
yeah, it comes out the door a little bit, yeah. Halfway through the door pretty much.
About here would be the kitchen. So my idea is, I like the idea of having the sink on the end. So the sink would be here, then maybe a little bit of counter space. Then we would have an oven with a hob on top, and then just counter space until the end. Fridge would go under the bed here, and that's it.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I thought about, which is different to like all the other van builds that we see, is I didn't want to put in like a dining space, because to me that's like a massive waste of space. I think if we've got nice captain chairs I don't see the point in putting in another area of seating that's not going to be as comfortable as the captain chairs. So getting rid of like a bunket diner area gives us basically all this room of extra counter space, because you'd miss out on that. So then the last kind of part of this would be that these chairs would change, so we'd get nicer front chairs, and they would both be a swivel. They'd both be a single captain chair, so we'd get rid of obviously this double and just have 2 singles, and they both swivel out. And then we're going to put in like a shelf thing up to here, so that all would be storage. So there should be plenty of storage in the van.
You get the your cabinets up here as well. Possibly.
Oh yeah. Above the kitchen space there'd be top cabinets, and possibly on this side as well. I mean, I might just put up the plans for my version just so you guys can see. And then one thing that I really, really, really want, so obviously we're going to have like, Phil will talk through electrics and stuff, but we're going to have like proper electrics and solar panels and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have a roof rack, and then I really want those hanging like hammock chairs to like hang off of the roof rack. So either out this double sliding door or out the back double doors, so we can have a hammock chair each and then just like sit and chill and look at the gorgeous views that we're going to be parked at every day. So that was a big thing for me as well. So that's my plans. So that's probably the plans that we're going to go with, but Phil will show you his plans.
I'll just show you mine just for the sake of it. What could have been. Lydia's plan's boring, basically. It's just
Rude.
Flat. Look at this. I got 3D shit going on there.
Phil thinks he's an architect.
I'll give you a quick rundown. We've got like the bed here, underneath the bed, the bench, seat and table that Lydia doesn't want. Underneath that, your water tank. Look at this. This is incredible. The effort that went into this. And it's not going to happen. Never mind. Anyway, I'll walk you through it quickly. The main difference with my one is where the shower is and the bed. So the front of it is technically the same, apart from the fridge being on the side instead of here in the middle. So in my plan, we've got this sectioned off basically here.
That's not big enough.
Yes, it is. I didn't interrupt your van tour.
Right, carry on.
Shower here in this whole back section. So there's going to be the shower. Do I have a sink? No, just a shower up to here, and then this corner has the toilet in the box underneath, and you can pull it in and out, so it's like waterproof. So this back section is waterproof, and then in front of that, so you've got a door here in the middle, and in front of that is the bed, which will then come a little bit further forward. So like, I can't figure it out, but it's about here somewhere basically. And this bed is a raisin bed. I haven't figured out fully how to do this yet, but it's on tracks or like pulleys or something. And the bed literally lifts up, so you don't have to make it. So it's still a permanent bed, but you lift it up and down. And underneath is your 2 bench seats for a table in the middle, and then under that is storage. And everything else forward is the same.
But so my problems with this version is, so you're going to miss out on quite a lot of storage underneath.
Yeah, you do miss out.
So like basically the whole middle area where the table would be is storage that you're missing out on. And also because the bed has to raise all the way to the ceiling, you're missing out on storage at the top.
This is true.
So that's the reason. And also it makes getting to the bathroom awkward when the bed is down. So this is why, like, I love the idea of a raisin bed. I think it's really cool. And I also really like the idea of having the bathroom at the back. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's practical.
It's not the easiest thing to do either. So I think your option is the safer bet.
Oh, what a rude way to say it. It's the better option is what you should have said.
No, it's not the better option. Anyway, listen, I didn't make this plan for nothing, so...
I know, no, it's a really cool plan, it's a cool idea. I think it's better for, like, maybe shorter weekend I don't know, but we want to do like long kind of touring in it, so
True.
the space really needs to work first.
I think like the more you say it, like having a window at the back is a good idea.
Really? Have you changed your mind?
Yeah, but I can put a window into the toilet into the back, so I can have a double window.
And the reason, because we were going back and forth as to whether to put the sink on this side or the sink on this side, because if we put the sink over here, it gives us more counter space in the kitchen area. But I think my idea was keep all the kitchen stuff on this side, so that if we did ever in the future want to change this to a seat and dining area, we had the option. Whereas if we plumbed the sink in, I mean, you could still do it, but it would just be a lot more hassle.
The reason I want the sink on this side is because the water tank is all here.
Yeah.
And then the shower's here, and everything needs water is on this side.
So it's easier for you to plumb in.
It's literally all in a straight line, yeah.
But easier to harder to change if we wanted to change it.
Yeah, probably.
So we need to decide on that, basically. But I just like the idea of having the sink out onto like the open to the door and to the view.
A lot of people do it so you can have like a swivel tap to go outside if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, that was it as well. Yeah, it's like a makeshift outdoor shower.
Yeah.
So that's our kind of rough ideas with what we're thinking of like doing with the van. Obviously we're not 100% sure yet, because this is the first kind of time we've been in the van and started to think about the actual space while we're in here. So Phil's just going to start measuring up now and kind of mark out my plan, obviously, because it's most likely we're going to go with my plan, because I just think it fits kind of what we need the best. But let me know what you guys think of our plans, if you've got any ideas or if you've got any kind of suggestions. And also, have you guys ever travelled with a cat, done van life with a cat? I'd love to know any tips or tricks. I'm constantly watching videos because she's kind of my main, not concern, but she's the thing I'm thinking about the most, because I want to make sure she's comfortable in the van. Obviously we'll be thinking about things like temperature. We'll have like cameras and all that kind of stuff in there so we can monitor her. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea. So Phil's just measuring up, because one of the big things we need to think about is the bed space. So a lot of people put in, what are those things called to widen the
like, I don't know what they're called, like just side panel, like extender panels. So
yeah, whatever they're called. Because Phil is 6 foot, whereas I'm a shorty, it wouldn't matter to me. I know I would fit in that space. But it's whether we would need those extender panels to give Phil that little bit of extra room. However, Phil does sleep on a diagonal, which is super annoying, but in this case it actually might help us. I really don't want to go for any smaller than what our bed is at home, which I'm assuming our bed at home is just a standard double.
Yeah.
But I feel like you don't think that'll fit.
Well, it might be better. It just saves us a bit of space. If we can have something that's a bit narrower and we're comfortable in it, then we've got more space this way. So.
We're really trying to think about the space as much as possible. I've done a whole mood board for kind of like the interior, because that's what I'm most excited about. So Phil's going to be doing all this boring handy work and all the dirty stuff, and then once it's all ready for painting and decorating, then that's when I will come in.
So you're basically just going to see me for like 30 videos.
Hey, I actually can't do anything because I had broken my ankle, so
convenient you broke it.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with it. So yeah, let's get Phil to measure it all up. So the bed might be an issue.
That's the edge of the bed.
Yeah, where Phil has taped up to. So
I sleep on this side anyway, but I don't sleep straight. So
well, then it's a call that you've got to make, then, isn't it? But as it is now, look, Phil's head is like in the thing,
in the groove,
and so is
but
basically his feet.
I can see that the van curves in, but starts curving in here as well. So I don't know. It's ruined. Sell it.
And then another thing that I'm a little bit worried about. So in our plans, these wheel arches were further back, weren't they?
A little bit. Yeah.
So now, if you see where this line ends, that's the shower space. So that takes out a big chunk of shower room. So basically, we need to make sure a toilet can fit in this gap here.
Also, it's a little footstool, isn't it, for washing your tails?
So yeah, so this is why we're doing this, because it might have to make a few changes, but
some bits around. So we've very roughly taped out the areas of where we're having things. So the bed's up to here, enough room for us I think, should be fine. It's a normal double size, so that's good. Shower is this area here. Plenty of room to shower.
My worry is the wheel arch still, but actually it's in the place it said it was on the thing.
What we planned for it to be so far.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The issue is the toilet really, so that's one thing we need to try and make sure fits properly, obviously.
Yeah, you're confident it will fit, but I'm worried that it won't fit in that space because I'm showing your feet, so the toilet has to go. Do you want to just sit there and see if the toilet fits? So that's where you'll be pooping.
I think that's enough.
Okay.
Because the toilets generally taper outward as well.
Not the composty toilets, I don't think. I think they're like a square.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
So this side we've got just a storage area. Then the first, I think it's the oven that's here.
Yeah.
So you got oven in this area. This is a wide oven though, 600 mils. So that's like a proper sized.
Well, we said we're having everything.
True. So there's an oven there, and you can get a storage underneath on the ovens as well because they're not full length.
Yeah, we need a big pots and pans cupboard under there.
And so then the hob's here. This one, I can't remember what we put in.
I think in between the oven, it will be, the plan's not quite right, but it will just be like the space. Because we were going to do oven, hob, sink, but now we're going to do oven and hob, space, sink.
Yeah, and then now the sink is just up to where Lydia's cool foot is.
Yeah. So which is
right
I'm sat in the door because I can't really stand up any longer, but it works out. It's basically exactly right.
This is pretty spot on. Like the gap on the other side. So we've got possibly washing machine and dishwasher area here.
Also, do you think we're crazy for trying to put a washing machine in? Let us know.
Yeah, if you're going to live in it for, let's say you're living in it forever. Do we put a dishwasher in and a washing machine, or is it just worth the space and washing it somewhere else?
Because that's what I was going to say to you. Should we plan it with and without? Because I think we might not know until we start to build whether we're going to go for it or not.
As long as you've got the spaces for it, then it should be fine. So this one is a pantry here, this little 20mm area. So this can be a pull-out pantry, or we wanted it full height, but the window's here, so I don't know if there's quite enough room for it.
I don't think we need it full height. It just would have been quite nice.
It's just because the shower's full height, so you can just go off of that.
Yeah.
And then we've got the two basically cupboards on the end, which don't have a use right now, these two. But this gap here to this chair is much longer than I expected. But we are thinking of a flip up like desk or something.
Yeah,
like
so that would be kind of a working space, and also eating maybe, because obviously this is going to all be open, this area.
Yeah.
So we could potentially have some sort of like a table solution.
Yeah.
Potentially, but
Plenty of room.
yeah. And this, do you want to tell them where you got that from?
Oh yeah, so I did pay for this actually, but I don't know. I can't remember how much I paid, so I'll mention that.
I feel like you said it was either 7 or 11.
I know I got a discount for it because there was a discount code when I bought it, but it's vandimensions.com. You can see that, and that's for the Mercedes Sprinter long wheelbase, and they basically have every van. So when you download it, you have all the van plans that they sell. So there's Mercedes, Transits, Fiat, Ducatos, everything. So it's pretty accurate from this.
Yeah, it literally is exactly.
It's near enough where we expected it to be and where it's all ending. So yeah, it's a good little plan to get you started. I know a lot of people do like 3D modelling and stuff, but I don't know how to do that. So I 3D modelled it in my mind.